If real-world gambling is a game where you lose 9 out of 10 times due to a faint, theoretical sliver of luck, then online gambling, as Aries can tell you without exaggeration, is a guaranteed loss. 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, 1,000 out of 1,000. There's no suspense, no chance, just a meticulously designed, rigorously programmed scam from the moment you sign up, a financial slaughterhouse precision targeted at human weaknesses. 9 months ago, Aries made a decision, a bold, almost reckless one, to dive into the belly of the beast and expose the dark truth of this shady industry. The process was complex and fraught with risks. The first step was crafting a flawless, entirely new identity. Through specialized channels and at no small expense, Aries hired a professional team to create a custom virtual persona. This identity was built around being a veteran moderator of a niche but highly engaged online forum. The forum's discussions were esoteric, centered on high-risk investment and arbitrage strategies, attracting a crowd of speculators desperate for overnight riches. Aries played the role of a occasionally cryptic insider who'd successfully predicted market movements a few times, a folk legend of sorts. To solidify this identity's credibility, Aries ran a Telegram group with thousands of members, tightly managed with strict entry requirements and regular purges of inactive or spammy accounts, fostering an exclusive, elite atmosphere. Aries rarely spoke in the group, but each post sparked fervent adoration from followers. The content, carefully curated investment psychology and risk management theories, sprinkled with fabricated, jaw-dropping profit screenshots so convincing they'd fool anyone. Those in the know understand that in today's internet, building such a virtual identity and amassing loyal followers, while time and money intensive, is entirely doable. Aries was both scriptwriter and director, meticulously shaping this persona, from isolating IP addresses to mimicking specific speech patterns and nailing emotional nuance in interactions. Every detail was perfected. This groundwork took 3 full months. Once Aries felt the time was right, with this big-shot identity firmly established in that niche circle, wielding enough clout and influence, the second phase began. Using this persona, Aries reached out to a sizable Southeast Asian online gambling company, expressing interest in becoming a small lender, industry slang for a low-level agent. Unlike top-tier agents with massive offline networks, small lenders typically control one or more high-quality private traffic pools. They're given access to an independent back-end system for limited data monitoring and parameter tweaking, allowing them to build small promotion teams. Members they recruit are tied to their account, and the platform takes a cut of those members' bets and losses as their reward. Aries' forum moderator and Telegram group leader persona was the perfect fit for a small lender. Sure enough, the company was intrigued. After rigorous background checks, verifying Aries' forum reputation, Telegram group activity, and fan loyalty, even sending someone to lurk in the group for weeks, they confirmed Aries' credibility and value. They promptly approved the agent application, offering generous terms, a standard dual-track commission structure. First, a 5% cut on deposits, called turnover commission, meaning Aries got 5% of every player's deposit through their channel, win or lose. Second, and far more lucrative, a 70% share of negative profits, known as player loss commission. This was the real jackpot. 70% of whatever players lost went straight to Aries' commission account. This staggering percentage laid bare the industry's core truth. Agents and platforms thrive solely on players' losses. They're hunters in the same trench, and every player, rich or poor, is prey. During negotiations, the company's recruitment manager kindly warned Aries that their platform had strict regional restrictions, operating under certain Southeast Asian laws, prohibiting local IP users from registering or playing. Only foreigners were allowed. Aries feigned gratitude but saw through it instantly. Testing the site with a US IP triggered an access denied prompt, but Japan, Korea, and other Asian IPs worked seamlessly. The real clue was in the payment methods. The site, despite its international veneer, didn't support Visa, MasterCard, or PayPal. Instead, it offered domestic Chinese options like Alipay, WeChat Pay, UnionPay QuickPass, and various disguised third- and fourth-party payment gateways. The truth was clear. This was a trap tailored for Chinese users, set up offshore by Chinese operators, funneled back to exploit their own compatriots. The regional restrictions were a legal dodge, a smokescreen to shift blame if trouble arose. This shameless Chinese scamming Chinese tactic is an open secret in the industry. its ruthlessness chilling. After signing the agent agreement and paying a nominal deposit, Aries gained access to the coveted independent backend, a sleek, data-heavy interface that felt like opening a gate to hell. Every suspicion and rumor about online gambling was confirmed in the starkest, cruelest way. As an insider, Aries saw why players can never win. The backend's power and control were beyond imagination. From lotteries like SSC, TTAG, or Lucky Airship, to global sports betting on football and basketball, to poker, live baccarat, dragon tiger, even simple fishing games, slots, or roulettes, every gambling form imaginable was here, and every outcome was manipulable. Fakery was the system's core. Data was just malleable digits. Aries' platform focused on 4 pillars: private lotteries, electronic games, poker, and sports betting, each targeting different gambler psychologies, forming a seamless, all-encompassing harvesting net. Among Aries' back-end privileges was a deadly setting: odds adjustment. Aries could tweak the system's default odds between 8.5 and 9.9 based on their players' profiles. This ensured the platform's inherent edge, often without needing overt cheating, just math. But that was just the start. The system's embedded AI algorithm, a sophisticated beast, analyzed players' betting habits, bankrolls, psychological limits, and emotional swings in real time, like a master psychologist. For new players, it often let them win a few rounds, even above expected payouts, to build trust and make them feel lucky, luring bigger deposits. Once they upped the stakes, the AI kicked in, orchestrating a cycle of lose, win, big, win, big, lose. It avoided constant losses to keep players hooked, tossing in just enough wins or near misses to fuel hope of a comeback. This almost won illusion is the deadliest trap in gambling psychology, creating a delusion that I'm right, just unlucky. Players chasing that next win keep pouring money in until they're bled dry. Aries reviewed the platform's desensitized back-end stats, and the numbers were staggering. The average active user's cumulative deposits reached about 80,000 renminbi. A small agent like Aries, with normal promotion, could generate nearly tens of millions in monthly turnover for the platform. Faced with such colossal profits, any rational person's heart would race. The temptation of effortless wealth could shake anyone's moral compass. But Aries knew every cent was soaked in the blood and tears of countless families. Aries wanted no part in this evil. The sole goal was exposure. Aries never promoted the platform, never shared a single link in the Telegram group or forum. After 2 weeks of mastering the backend's operations, data manipulation, and fund flows, Aries vanished. Citing personal reasons and inability to continue, Aries relinquished the agency. Then, systematically, Aries erased every trace of the past 3 months' virtual existence. The forum moderator posted a final retirement message and deleted the account. The bustling Telegram group was disbanded, all chats wiped. Every related contact, including the virtual phone number, was terminated. It was as if this revered big shot never existed. Truthfully, the lure of that 70% loss commission, 70,000 renminbi for every million lost, was staggering. All Aries had to do was reel players in. The money was faster than a printing press. But it was a poison Aries wouldn't touch. Once you taste that easy money, your values warp, and there's no going back. For clarity, all costs for this undercover operation, identity creation, channel access, weren't borne by Aries personally but backed by deeper reasons and support. Later, Aries learned the platform collapsed shortly after due to internal issues no longer existing. That's why, 3 months later, with all risks cleared, Aries could share this story. As Aries stressed, online gambling is a guaranteed loss. Notice the word lose implies bad luck. Forfeit means the outcome is rigged from the start. Even if a rare few get lucky or try to exploit early bonuses and cash out, Aries can assure you, you won't escape. Once your money enters their system, getting it back intact is a pipe dream. The final act of this pig butchering scam is the withdrawal phase. When you win and excitedly request a payout, the real drama begins. Customer service, ever professional and warm, promises your request is being processed. Days pass, nothing arrives. When you follow up, they hit you with, sorry, your account hasn't met the turnover requirement. Turnover means total bets, often multiples of your deposit. To get your money, you keep betting. After grinding through absurd requirements, the next excuse hits. Your account shows irregular arbitrage behavior, and withdrawals are frozen for security. This vague arbitrage charge is a catch-all, impossible to dispute since they control the rules. Persist, and they'll pile on more excuses. Suspicious IP switches, system maintenance, or incorrect bank details. The goal? Stall until you give up. If you expose them online or lash out, your account gets banned, your last shred of value squeezed dry. In Ares' small agent backend, player deposits, bets, and win-loss records were visible, even allowing point control via AI tweaks. But funds? Untouchable. The platform tightly controlled the money chain. Agents were just tools for recruitment and pacification. Ares received commissions via crypto or shady channels but had no access to core operations. The customer service team was a well-oiled machine. Junior staff used automated scripts for broad marketing, but key agents handling withdrawals or big clients were insiders, often co-located with management for unified responses. As Ares once shared about Southeast Asia's human trafficking rackets, a girl lured into a high-paying typist job was actually sold to a similar gambling outfit, tasked with deceiving and stalling withdrawing players. So, get it? From the moment you deposit, your money's gone. The games are just digits on a screen. Wins are bait. Losses are your destiny. This scam is so airtight, there's no comeback. Gambling's harm isn't just financial. It's a black hole devouring reason, conscience, family, and future. The 2017 Hangzhou nanny arson case, where Mo Huansai set a fire to heroically save her employer to borrow money, was driven by her online gambling debts. Her addiction turned her into a monster, destroying a kind family. In June 2019, in Nanning, Guangxi, a man named Tan, desperate to recoup gambling losses, murdered his classmate Wei, a real estate agent, for cash. That blood-soaked money went straight back into the gambling abyss. In December 2020, Tan was sentenced to death. On March 21, 2020, in Yulin, Guangxi, Nurse Li Fengping killed and dismembered her colleague Dr. Luo to steal 100,000 renminbi via his phone to pay gambling debts. She'd already lost 3 million renminbi. In October 2020, 2 men in Guangxi, drowning in gambling debts, desecrated a grave, stealing ashes to extort 1.88 million renminbi from the deceased's family. These are just the tip of the iceberg. Countless families shattered by gambling's silent toll. Yet, as Ares knows, no matter how many exposés or bloody cases are shared, gamblers will still flock to these virtual casinos like moths to a flame. Why? Greed for quick riches, believing they're the chosen ones. Luck, thinking the platform's fair and the next bet will win. And sunk cost, too deep to quit, they sell homes, borrow, or turn to crime for one last bet. They dream of luck, unaware it's just cold back-end manipulation. The outcome? Ruin, broken families, and betrayal. Ares' hatred for gambling stems from a relative whose life was destroyed by it, spiraling from a respectable businessman to a broken shell. Even Ares, scarred by this, once fell for a coin-pusher game, blowing 600 renminbi despite knowing it was rigged. If Ares couldn't resist, what chance do others have? Gambling preys on our craving for uncertainty and instant rewards, a primal weakness. Ares' rule: never entertain luck, never touch it, never give that demon a chance. Online gambling is a perfect trap, built by programmers, psychologists, scammers, and mobsters. Don't touch it out of curiosity or greed. Don't gamble. You win sounds trite but carries profound truth, forged in blood, tears, and lives. Yet history repeats as human weakness persists. If this exposé stops even one person from gambling's ruin, Ares' 9-month journey and these words have served their purpose. In gambling's world, the only winner is the one who never plays.